Hello. I'm going to be playing Bastion today. Hello, Angela. I bought this game a while ago. It came out in 2011. I never played it. It was kind of like the streaming game to play.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Alright, I guess I'm playing. So I've seen a lot of gameplay of this. A lot of streamers played it.
His feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why.
But I never played it myself, so...
And then he falls to his death. I'm just fooling.
Oh.
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
Alright, I can roll. I can hit
He
stuff.
sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though.
I don't know if I'm just supposed to break boxes for stuff, or... I don't know if it's that kind of game, but I'll just go down here, I guess.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
I like the
Kid's worked
narrator.
up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
Why to heal? Okay.
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did. Rondi always wanted his ashes scattered here. Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Left trigger.
The
Okay.
security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas. windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
A big old fella. Ouch.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Oops.
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner. He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Alright, I think I'll stick with the bow. Whoops, what did I do? Yeah, the bow and the hammer.
One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
Yeah, I think I'll take the max health, because this is only good at full health, so...
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now.
Should've got the gun.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
The game reminds you of Tunic. Yeah, they're kind of similar, I guess.
Robs a scumbag of his last meal. Kid puts him out of his misery. Finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall.
Gotta run.
See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running.
Yeah, just keep running.
At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me.
Oh, it's the narrator.
We talk for a spell.
Ask about the seal representing the city.
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest. Enough to point the way to the cores.
Ask about the large bluish mineral.
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there. Then watch.
Okay. I guess we'll do that.
And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid ponders what to build. Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we
I think
have
I'll
to.
pick this weapon because it's faster for shooting, and then I'll keep the hammer.
A repeater goes with a hammer better than a box of nails. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Okay, so the Bastion's the home base. And the Wharf District, that's where we just were. So I guess I'll go here.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Kid ain't ever seen an elephant squirt before. Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw.
Yeah, I think I like the hammer
They say
more.
even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch.
Oh.
No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble.
We have a cute little friend. Does he follow us? Does he just stay there? I guess he just stays there.
Them squirts just don't know when to quit. He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag alley. Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash. And there he is. The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel. The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. Kid cuts up Gershel like a pineapple. Old scumbag didn't feel a thing.
So nothing
No
here,
core,
I guess.
no surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from him. Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. And there it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage.
I
The
can't get it.
blustery old foreman was keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating the crowd.
guess I'll just cheese it. Stand over here and just shoot him.
And now there's a new marshal in town.
Alright, pro gamer.
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole.
Hey, leave my little guy alone.
No white gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing.
I'll go over
He
here
heads for the
first.
east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Inside the forge, Kid can fine-tune those instruments of his.
Alright, I'll upgrade my hammer, I guess.
Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
25% draw speed, I guess that'll be useful.
With a good length of Miska, that bow's like new again.
Because that was my problem with the bow, is that it was too slow.
Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
Alright.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
See, I'll ask about the
The
ragged hood.
windbags used to be alright. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him.
Go back to the hammer.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Alright, let's see what we got now. I'll get this one. Get some critical hit chance, so I'm almost dead. Could come in handy.
Where whiskey has no scent, but tastes like a peppered boot heel, it's not for everyone.
Yeah, that's usually the way to go.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
Let's see. I could go to either of these. Let's go to this one.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
The melting pot.
Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds. Blasted things hurt like a broken heart. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down.
So you break some boxes. That's what I do.
He cuts down every stab weed like there's gonna be a prize for it. Core's stuck inside one of those fancy cages. Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the Kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he popped that mean old foreman. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell.
Kill some more of these guys.
Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad, as a kid finds some spices from the motherland. Tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene, to be sure.
This game is 11 years old, yeah. Time flies.
A few moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7, give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done.
Well, I could grab it, but it just doesn't seem as fun. Unless these guys last forever, but I don't think they do. Maybe they do. Okay. I'll grab it now.
He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge. I still remember the look on his face after that one. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Caelondia. It was good living here for a while. Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste.
Recent apple looks cuter than usual today.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here.
+8 ammo capacity. Oh, you can pick things. I just picked the first thing for the first 2 upgrades I did. I didn't realize you could do a choice. I'll take the +8.
Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them.
Yeah, +2 penetrations or +10 critical hit. Oh well. I guess I'll try some of these.
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful. Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. Other folks came to train their throwing arms. Slippery little devils.
I guess it's just a timed thing. Like I'm supposed to kill all these in a certain time.
Still others use the place to test their finest blades. Place gets awful slick sometimes. Kid cuts all of them down soon enough. Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch, smelling good and ripe.
So do I have to do it faster for the other items, or do I just have to do it again? That's the question.
Always time for juice and squirts, they used to say. At least the little fellas can't feel a thing. Some squirts tried to flee on instinct.
Juice of squirts, yeah.
Best to put them away first, before they rile up the others. There's one more. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Third prize. Oh, I already got it. Oh well. I'll just move along. Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid.
Yeah, it looks like a
Floor
pretty
starts
romantic
giving way on the
place.
slightest step.
You could take a walk with your
A
dad
single
crush
panic
here.
Squirt could bring the whole place down. So could a reckless kid, for that matter. Fragments of the old world rain in the sky. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up.
That was close.
See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Not so much for noise and tomfoolery. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Air Air travel always was an iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we could do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake.
Just beat this guy up.
Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. There's wires to toss those things plenty far away.
Left trigger. Okay.
Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity? So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
Alright, upgrade material for the machete. Attack steal damage over time, or 20% critical hit chance. I think I'll take the
A
critical
little
hit.
Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light.
I'll try this one.
The breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets in the fewest shots.
Okay.
He's focused. He's armed. And he's off. Perfect shot just happens in a flash. solid performance.
Okay, I got 2 things. It's not bad. Something stringy, something fancy. Next prize is 5 shots or fewer. I did in 10 that time. So...
He returns with some of the materials we need.
yeah, let's upgrade some stuff. See, 50% damage, or arrows cause damage over time. I'll take the 50% damage.
Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows. No place better than Trapper Shingle for learning to tread light and shoot straight. Trappers had to tread real careful here, else take a nasty fall. They train themselves by clearing out the targets, while not clearing out the floor. Any good trapper knows never to take a step till the time is right. Expert trappers got something extra to give them an edge.
Next prize, 64 targets. I was 1 off. Okay. I think I'll upgrade and maybe try that again, since I was only 1 away. I don't want to spend too long trying to grind for items, but that was pretty close, so... Improved firing rate or plus 50% damage.
That ought to make those fangs sink in nice and deep.
That should let me kill them faster, maybe.
Kid decides to keep working his aim and footwork on the shingle.
Yeah.
Best time to pick a new spot was when swapping magazines. Master trappers got what they needed for a better hunt.
Got all the targets, so that's pretty good.
The trappers would have been impressed with how the kid handled the shingle.
What did I even get from that? I don't know. Was it a skill? Because I don't see anything new here. Find a new weapon to use this. Okay. Might have been a skill. I don't know.
The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around.
Oops, you can't stand on that.
These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. Someone who ain't like Mr. Bentley and his kindly wife. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nordy, the bird boy, didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it.
Everyone's
Sr.,
dead.
Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived.
Let's see, can I...
Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The Corps survives as well. Kid does what he has to do. And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this.
What's up?
We have to go. Please. He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time. We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
Looks like a shovel.
For Zolf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. He was born in the Tazal terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since.
I have a core.
The Corps, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be all right. Well, look what we have here.
See, Memorial Lost and Found. Sure.
The lost and found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
Oh, I can buy goodies here. To upgrade my stuff. So I'll try upgrading a few things.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new. Can't be too careful these days.
Oh, I fell off. Okay. Oh, I'm too poor for these ones. Oh, I see. You can only pick one. I'll try this and see if I can finish that
We tracked down a couple
Proving
more
Grounds
cores
level.
near the edge of the city.
since I'll have more penetrations and more
Kid ain't
damage.
had enough of the Breaker's barracks. Takes practice, and a mighty strong bow helps too. He's feeling real proud of that show.
Okay. Alright, and that's a skill. So yeah, I got a skill last time too, then.
I almost don't believe it when he says he passed the Breaker's challenge.
Alright, so I can go to either of these.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too. The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god. Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods, or tell them off?
Sure.
Pith.
Caution, foes will be stronger. Okay.
Kid decides to press his luck. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him. Ain't gonna catch you if you fall. Kid passes Pith's trial, and he's richer for it. Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine. Pith's orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one.
Alright. Guess that's that.
Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind. Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy. Turn him round and round all you like. Pith's still gonna be ugly. The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that you can block.
There's only one way to Cinder Brick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy to normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky. They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid. Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort. much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal.
A gun.
Drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Business underground like in the old days. Windbags can't use the marshal's supplies, but the kid sure can.
I guess I'll stick with the musket for now. I don't really like it, but maybe I'll get used to it.
As for the windbags, Cinder Brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. But the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting though. So many of those sorry things hold up inside that old fort. The windbags put the kid on notice.
I guess I should have paid attention to my health.
Kid's blasting everything in sight with that newfangled musket. Kid's stash of grenades is there for him if things get even worse. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon, all their scumbag uncles. Kid takes down Glutus. Maybe it was Glandon. The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. The windbags finally get the message. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this. The Skyway's a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Ulf's telling me about his own journey to the city. The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity.
Oh, what's in that pipe?
Zolf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zolf was his smoking pipe.
Can I break it?
Poor kid collapses after just one drag. The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history. Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man. But he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Caelondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it.
Ouch.
Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
Too many meds. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like this musket at first, but I'm starting to like it.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break.
Looks more like a shotgun than a musket. Yeah, but they call it a musket, so. The game wouldn't lie, right?
In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. conditions, the ground beneath them shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back.
Running low on healing items.
Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. Finally arrived at Caelondia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else.
I'm about to die. Backed myself into a corner there.
But then, all they got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name.
Alright, 2 left. Let's see if I can survive this.
Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made him real.
I don't see any healing, though. Oh, crap.
I saying? Anyway.
He can just go do his own thing instead of saving the universe. Yeah, I guess. No, I fell.
I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would. Even since the Urus surrendered to us, the Marshals kept a wary eye on him.
Focus attack. An extended grip. I guess I'll get the
Ain't never
extended.
letting go of his old friend with a sturdy grip like that.
And for this one, I don't really use the bow, so I'll just leave it. Oh, I forgot I even got a thing.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this.
See, a shrine or a memorial?
Behold, the Pantheon.
Foes shall have vengeance in the throes of defeat, or quicker to move and strike. I guess I'll just stick with this one. That's what was there before.
Finders keepers.
See, I'll switch to that. Or no, I'll keep the 50% damage.
Now he can
Just
shoot that fang
for
repeater
that.
all day long. War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them.
Oh, I have exactly enough to upgrade the musket. So I can get plus 50% range, minus spread, or plus 35% spread, minus on the range. So I think I'll take
You
more
want
range.
to tune a scrap musket, you start with the barrel. The accused always got a fair shake in Zealandia. Some used to take the bullhead trial.
Oh, I picked a proving ground by accident. Oops. Okay.
Survive the trial without taking a scratch, you'd walk away a free man.
Oops.
Bullhead trial taught folks three things. First, a good defense is a good offense. Second, Gotta always watch your back. Third, ain't no godlike bull up there gonna save you.
Just have to get the counter timing right. There we go. Eating shit.
The smarter ones knew when to just step aside and let things go. The kid pulls through in fine form.
3 hits or fewer.
Well, the kid always wanted to compete in the bullhead trial.
I don't think I'll be getting first prize there anytime soon, so I'll just move on.
Drink it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off. Riverbank swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weepin' Millie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors. At least she picked a good spot for a break, because the core's right there.
Yeah, I'll just stick with what I have. Alright, I got
Then the
the
kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. Peckers.
You can't say that.
They've been watching his every move. They had their own eyes on the core. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough.
I have friendly turrets now.
She's gonna need a little help with all that peckers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Kid almost falls again.
Almost.
Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. The windbags getting even better out here. They aim to smash Weepin' Nellie to splinters. Well, it all proves too much for Weepin' Nellie. She's just got to make one last stop. With her last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Pecker country. They want that core real bad. Seems the calamity ain't hurt the Peckers' appetites. Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times Kid nearly fell off the barge back there? About 6 times.
Yep, nearly.
Now, listen close. You should remember this next. Why go to Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? The other kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, someone's singing. Guess I'll go down here first. Oh, whoops. I guess not. Okay. Now I have two different ways I can go. I guess I'll go here.
Sorry to interrupt.
I always forget to heal. It's the only thing that was over there too, is a healing item.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes.
Someday those tears are gonna spill.
They'll be here before too long. We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow or again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Caelondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here.
Oh. It's a frog.
Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal.
I wanted to listen to the song. I didn't realize I was going to end the level right there.
A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either.
One core left. Does that mean the game is almost over? I don't know. It seems kind of short, so maybe there's more after that.
The memorial. Here a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
Construct a memorial. In
The valediction.
Sure.
Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
Earn first prize in the required number of proving grounds. Gain required number of mementos.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
It's a trap.
We tracked the final core beyond the city to the wilds.
See, I'm going to do some of these proving grounds first. And then do the next level. And then maybe
Never felt as though it would go
continue
like picking
next
up
week.
broken glass barehanded. At Zolwood Grove, marshals learned to make every shot count.
Destroy all targets in a few
The trick was
shots.
to
So
pop
it's
all
like the
those
bow.
nasty gourds without wasting ammo. Most marshals didn't get far on their first few tries.
Or maybe the trick is pushing them off the edge. Oops.
Had to catch a bunch of those gourds in a single shot. Funny thing about muskets is they work best up close. It took a keen eye, not an itchy trigger finger.
Second prize. 15 or fewer. Alright, I'll just go ahead and do that again then.
Marshals did more
There's only
than
one
just
off,
stand around
so-
shooting, of course.
Shots cause greater knockback. That
The
seems like the
marshals
way to go.
learned to pack those shells full of fire. Kid takes a little personal time for just him and his favorite musket.
Yep, just one over.
Plenty of gourds to go around, even now.
We're still there.
Marshals like to fine-tune their muskets to get better results. The best of the best cleared the course in just a few shots.
All right. That one wasn't too hard.
Kid probably could have made himself marshal.
The machete one seems pretty tough compared to the others. I'll try the hammer one too.
The city's unwanted things all met their end in the yard. Folks who fouled up will do their time here, smashing things to bits.
Quickly destroy 100 objects. All right.
The quicker they worked, the sooner they could go. Folks learned to plant their feet and put their backs into it. Others would plot a course to navigate that sea of junk. A good day's smashing could feed a family for a week.
What's first? 30 seconds? 27 or less. Huh. It's still a bit off.
Ever wanted
I'll
to
try one more
smash
time.
things for a while? You know where
Just
to
to
go.
see. Because I kind of wandered around for a little bit, so. I don't want to spend too long
Kid
trying to
pays
grind
another
these,
visit to the
but
scrapyard for old time's sake.
you know, one more try wouldn't hurt.
Work too slow, and all you got was a sore back. Some folks invested
Yeah,
their
it didn't
earnings to
make it.
forge even better hammers.
I'll upgrade some stuff. Oh, I don't have enough money. Never mind. And I'll do this level. And that'll be it for today.
The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it. By now, kids got more needles in it than stab weed.
Yeah, I'm just getting shot up here.
Pecker's got the core, but they built the Bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. shouldn't have let the guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Wallflowers survived the calamity. It toughened him up. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. Kid learns the hard way not to touch those things. A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Kid's seen the last of them. Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion. Kid's roused up half the wilds by now. Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. Hit him anywhere but the hindquarters and you only make him mad. Hardly any signs of the old Jocelyn clan. The wilds already reclaimed this place. He's anxious to get back. After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot.
Heel reps. Yeah, I remembered.
Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone.
He left his pipe. He forgot it.
Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home. When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put it back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health. The Masons. We built the city strong. Now there's only two of us.
Alright, I think that's it for today. We got betrayed by Zolf, maybe. You know, maybe he's just trying to protect us, you know? Who knows? Maybe this guy's the bad guy. Never trust the narrator. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for being with me again today. I'll just exit to the main menu. And next Wednesday, I guess, I will play some more of this. Then I'll be back on the weekends. I'll play some more stuff on the weekends. Maybe if I don't finish this on Wednesday, then I'll play it again on Friday. Until then, I'll see you next week. Bye.